With Captaincy releasing earlier this season, well, kinda, now would be the best time to let you guys know what I'm harping on for next, because Rare can never release enough content to keep me satisfied. So this time, we're going over some of the content and features that I'm gobsmacked haven't released yet, or some that are just plain fixes or easy wins. So without further ado, let's crack on. The first one is something that lots of people have been requesting for a long time, and that's clothing presets. Like ship presets launching earlier today, clothing presets were actually recently confirmed by Mike Chapman on our latest podcast episode. This video was written before that was recorded, so enjoy the edit. I, for one, barely change my outfit or vanity items, but I know lots of you like to switch between the 2, 3, or 4 custom outfits for different occasions, and I'm elated to hear this will be coming. It's now the case of when and not if. So yeah, in that case, clothing presets are confirmed. If you want to hear some more juicy scoops, click here in the top right and go listen to the podcast. We've got loads of lore, Sea of Thieves, and other burning questions answered. Next on the list is more cosmetics. So here's the thing, this section will cover cosmetics that haven't been released, some no-brainers that we haven't seen yet, and some that appear in marketing or elsewhere but we can't get our hooks on them. The obvious one is Captain Flameheart themed stuff. We got our first taste for this when Haunted Shores released with the Burning Blade sails as a reward for vanquishing the spectral ship 10 times. But that was in June 2020, so where the hell is the rest of it? The figurehead is in shambles right now, ripped off the wall. Wanda melted down one of the cannons, and we can even see the design in the Tall Tale books. So where's the rest of it? As for Flameheart stuff in the lore, it's beginning to hot up again, so this ship needs to be available soon. I'm also, very impatiently, waiting for his jacket and hat, both of which I plan to rock when they come out. In the case of the latter, it's right there in the box, so why can't we just reach in, dust it off, and pop it on? Sticking with the Reaper theme, it's been a while since we got any cosmetics for them. I guess the Servant's hat and sword count though. With Season 7 including Merrick's jacket, it would have made sense to commemorate Lost Sands with a piece from either side. But I suppose you have to coof it to have your stuff released in the Season Pass. Sorry Merrick. Of course, we also have the various Tall Tale set dressing that never got added to the game, mainly the 2 pieces featured in the Shores of Goldark. We have the Magpie's Wing figurehead and the Homeward Dove sails. The Magpie's Wing figurehead is found at the Uncharted Island, well, where the wreck of the Magpie's Wing is. The Homeward Dove sails are found at the wreck of Briggsy Sloop on Tribute Peak, something often missed by players. There is another similar figurehead. The Silverblade's true figurehead is located in the Shrine of Ocean's Fortune. We do have a non-canon version available, but the true figurehead as described in the book is here. So why hasn't this been added yet? It's beyond me. And then we have the various clothing pieces. We do have the Rising Morningstar set, which is awarded as part of Twitch drops. This being a recolor of the Tall Tale version. The Tall Tale version is not available outside of Revenge of the Morningstar, but there are also 2 more parts of the set which exist. Fontaine wears a white and red recolor of the Distinguished Admiral jacket, and we can see the Morningstar crew jacket in the Season 4 trailer, right here. So Rare, please add all of this stuff, it's one of the coolest sets in the game. There's even more stuff too shown off in promotional images, social media and on ArtStation as well. We still are missing the 2 recolors of the Ghost set featured here. These have been around for a very long time, and here we are, not having them. There's a variety of cosmetics available on ArtStation as well that haven't been released, and they're just sat there. There's also the Pirate Lord's belt featured on this promotional image, as well as the Sea of Thieves promo having an unreleased shirt. Essentially, this is rife, and the Sea of Thieves really gets on my nerves when the Outpost shops haven't had an update since, what, June? That's nearly 4 months ago. Case in point as well with the 3 missing sets from the Season 7 trailer, which just disappeared into thin air. You can bet your bottom dollar that they have loads more ready to go of the Captaincy cosmetics. Anyway, that's enough about cosmetics, let's talk more quality of life. Seasons are getting longer, that's a fact. With Season 6 clocking in at a massive 5 months and Season 7 being 4 months, the Season Pass is still waning in terms of longevity. I'm still waiting for an overall improvement of the quantity of cosmetics, in turn reducing the gold, but there should be an infinite tier at level 100 that will grant you gold and doubloons infinitely. Players would not only be rewarded for continuing to play throughout the season and continue with the deeds, it also respects the player's time more and will squeeze a bit more engagement out of the community after those 100 levels fly by. Rare has made some great incentives in that vein before, like the gold pouches for Phantoms and Skelly Captains, but we can go a step further. Gold is already easy enough to earn, but make the Season Pass much more engaging after completion. Sticking with the quality of life stuff, the UI still needs a more friendly overhaul, mainly the cosmetic chests, the shops, and the actual menu itself. The issue with the current system is that the bloat has creeped in. Luckily, the items are in order of release, so if you make videos about when updates came out and what came out with them, you might be able to find what you're looking for. If you're not sad like me, then this is an issue. Opening up a store or chest assaults your vision, where you have to pick out something from 24 different PNGs. A list option would be so much more intuitive, where items are ordered in groups, such as Admiral, Aristocrat, and so on and so forth. That way, recolors of certain styles are grouped together, as are matching sets. Selecting an item would bring up all variants, and then picking that variant will bring up all the items in a set. A simple flow through would look like this. The issue of the main menu is that the tabs at the top are getting a bit cluttered, and some things you need to look at require too many button presses. I like how the build rat tabs, factions, and tool tails work generally, but the seasonal tab, deeds, and milestones could use an overhaul. The UI generally serves its function and has worked very well at launch, but now it's been outstripped by all the features added in the last 4 years or so. I would love to see a redesign and some fat trimming here. Keeping with the theme, we're talking about sitting. If you're a big pirate like me, you can act like everything you sit on is about to collapse under your fat ass. It just looks so silly. Please, can we get this fixed? I mean guys, look at him. Going even further, let's get some emotes that you can do while sitting to allow for different poses. It's a no-brainer and would be yet another thing to monetize in the Emporium. I'm so shocked this didn't launch in Season 5 as a way to make sitting even more enticing. In the same line of discussion, many of us love to leave loot out on the bowsprit for easy unloading, but if you play on controller, the X button is used for sitting and interacting. When you're selling, you often sit down instead of picking up loot. This makes selling quickly that much more frustrating for a process some would deem tedious already. So please, can we have a toggle in the menus? Thanks. We also have another point of frustration for players, and that has to do with inventories. Well, 2 points kinda. The first is when you disconnect, and Lord knows that can be common. You lose everything in your pockets. This could be the crucial cannonballs for fights, chain shots, or even cursed cannonballs. Or even worse, it could be your prized fish. And all that disappears through no fault of your own. It would be helpful if your inventory was retained following a disconnect, just like the ability to rejoin when booting up the game again. It would save so many headaches, at least for that little grace period. Another thing I would love to see is changes to bait. Lots of you will be fishing again, either for milestones or for the original Hunter's Call commendations. However, bait is a tricky one. You can only purchase bait as a captain at outposts. Why does Seric and company only sell it at sea posts? You know, the place where people tend to fish. It would make so much sense too if this was sold in a crate like fruit or planks. I would go a step further and request that bait is ignored by storage crates too, as well as fireworks. So many times have I filled up a crate only for bait and fireworks to bloat the slots in it. Please stop these from being picked up by the prompt and only be placed manually by us. It also saves us from sorting it all out when we set sail. And that pretty much covers all the small things I'm still waiting for in Sea of Thieves. I think the game could do with some quality of life stuff mixed in with a monthly update, not as a whole season like Season 5. So what quality of life features did I miss? Let me know down below. Lastly, I'll be live at 8 AM BST on Saturday the 1st of October on Sea of Thieves television, helping to raise money for No Kid Hungry. There'll be drops, a Gilded Phoenix weapon giveaway, and more. So please come and show your support and pledge what you can, it's for an excellent cause. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.